Have you thought about buying a home, but you don't know how to get started? Well, in this video, we're gonna talk about the very first, most important step you can take in buying your first place. Check it out. Hey, what's up guys? It's Eric from Homeowner Prep, where we're helping those who have been overlooked or pushed aside because they weren't quite ready to buy their first place. And today, we're talking about the power of the pre-approval. You may or may not have heard about a pre-approval. In fact, most buyers who are buying their first home start their search online. They start looking at homes either through their phone or through the web, and that's how they start to gain an interest in thinking about that transition from renting to owning. But in fact, the most important step you should take in finding your first home is to get pre-approved. Getting a pre-approval means that you're gonna sit down with a loan officer and talk to them about your income, your debt, and your credit to figure out exactly how much home you can afford. The power in the pre-approval comes from knowing exactly where you stand and then knowing, most importantly, how much home you can afford and what your mortgage payments will be on a monthly basis. Having this information is going to equip you to get out in the market and find a home that you're confident in, knowing that you can afford it. Plus, you'll be able to consider things like an HOA or additional tax mellorues and things of that nature and how they impact your pre-approval. And the most important benefit about having a pre-approval in hand is the fact that when you see a home that you absolutely love, you're gonna be ready to make an offer. Let's say you found a home that you loved and you had to go to a loan officer and have the conversation to get your pre-approval. That process can take a few days, and by the time you come back, the home that you love is no longer available. Think about how heartbroken you'll be and frustrated you'll be to find out that the home that you love is gone. So take that first and most important step in getting your pre-approval done. I've often been asked, well, what's the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval? And the truth is, a pre-qualification is something that you would let a loan officer know what your income is, what your expected debts are, and what your credit scores may be. That way they can figure out basically an estimate of how much home you can afford based on that information. On the other hand, a pre-approval is actually looking at the documentation, looking at your pay stubs, your bank statements, looking at your credit to see where your credit scores are and to make sure you don't have any type of collection accounts that would hold you back from getting your pre-approval. Having a full pre-approval done is going to equip you to be much more informed, not only to make sure that you can qualify, but also to know exactly where you can expect your mortgage payment to be on a monthly basis through the life of your loan. So yes, starting with a pre-qualification is good, but starting with a pre-approval is great. So who do you trust? The truth is, you should always reach out to someone you know, find out who they use to get their pre-approval done, and find out about their experience. That doesn't mean you have to use the same person, but at least you have a better understanding of what to look for and what to avoid. At the end of the day, if you don't have somebody that you know or you trust that can get your pre-approval done for you, reach out to me and I'd be glad to send over a couple of referrals. That way you can vet them, see if they work out for you. The last and most important thing that I always stress to every first-time home buyer is that you shouldn't live to pay your mortgage. Yes, those new mortgage payments will likely be higher than your rent. And yes, those new mortgage payments will probably stretch your budget a little, but do not live to pay your mortgage. What I mean by that is, if you get pre-approved for $800,000, doesn't mean you have to spend $800,000. Find out what your mortgage payment is going to be. That includes your principal, your interest, your taxes, your insurance, and also any HOAs that come with the property. That way, you know exactly what that monthly mortgage responsibility is going to be, and you're not living just to pay the mortgage. When you own a home, there's going to be new expenses that you're going to experience, and you want to make sure you're prepared for that. I do not want you to get into a situation where you spend every last dollar to get into your place, and now you have a leaky pipe and you don't know what to do. The last thing we want you to do is to do all this work to buy your first home, and then you lose it because you can't afford the monthly mortgage payment. If you've been pre-approved for $800,000, there's nothing wrong with spending $750. Figure out that monthly mortgage payment, how much you can afford comfortably, yes, with a little bit of a stretch, but to know exactly what you're going to be responsible for on a monthly basis will prepare you for home ownership. If you're looking to take the first step in getting pre-approved and getting out and finding a home, visit our website at homeownerprep.com, and you can even take our free assessment online to see where you stand. We'd love to help you buy your first place and move from renting to owning. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And if you found some value in this video, please like, tag, share it with somebody you know who may also be looking to buy their first home. So remember, having that pre-approval in hand is the most important first step you can take to buying your first home.